Greetings, Ken. What up? If you into harmonic time, stay a little while. If you're not, keep scrolling. Come holler at me. It's gonna resonate one day. It's not for you right now, and that's okay. Welcome to Ken 167 Blue Spectral Hand. I dissolve in order to know. Releasing healing. I store the accomplishment with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power double. So that means we got double blue hand energy of knowing through healing with the power of accomplishment on this creation. So once again, double blue hand energy. This is that healing energy. If you know anything about hands, there's healing energy in our hands. Naturally, we were created like that, if you didn't know. So like I said, we have double blue hand energy of knowing. We know. We don't just believe. We don't just think. We know. And so we're becoming clear on what we know on this creation. Double that. What do we know without a shadow of a doubt? All right? And what we know is part of our I am. Because we walk in our I am when we know. You get me? If you don't understand, if there's anything you don't understand or understand, feel free to inbox me and hit me up, and I'll have no problems explaining or sending you to someone who might be able to explain further. Okay? Now, our ally on this creation is the yellow human, which is also called, the original name is Ebb, which influences through wisdom with the power of free will. Now, with the yellow human, it naturally brings liberation. Not just because of the spectral tone, but because when we think of free will, we think of liberation. We're free from what has bound us, or what we thought was binding us to a reality. We're using wisdom, which is knowledge, which is experienced knowledge. So not only are we walking in our knowledge, we've been through enough things to know into being. So now we walk in this, and we are influenced, and we influence people just by being who we are. And that is also a part of free will, just being exactly who we are. As we continue to heal, as we reflect on our accomplishments and where we've come from in our healing process, all of that is part of the free will. We may be challenged in the red earth, with the red earth, which is a part of our not exploring, not just expanding or expounding, but evolving through synchronicity with the power of navigation. So we've evolved, and if we don't feel like we've evolved, it's time that we remember our accomplishments, where we've come from, how far we've come in our healing process. So that we know it's not just a remembrance, it's a knowing. We're in our being, in our wisdom of what it looks like and feels like to be in our free will, and to see clearly. Now we have our assistance in this challenge of synchronicity, of evolution, evolving, and learning how to navigate in this world. We have our assistance to remind us into knowing, in case we forget about our evolution, our personal evolution. We also have the wonderful feminine energy of the white wizard, which enchants or allures, attracts, and creates receptivity in our lives with the power of timelessness. Regardless of how much time we've spent in our darkness, remember what it took to come out of the darkness and into the light. Remember how we've accomplished breathing through hard situations, taking the time to pause in our human body, to breathe and remember I can bring myself back home from any polarized situation, from depression, anxiety, rage, or anything that is polarized, any strong emotion. We can always breathe and come back home to the center and attract more of that into our lives. Attract more in order to receive even more healing, honestly, in order to attract our more experience of evolution in learning how to navigate in our lives through synchronicity. We have our friends here to carry us through in this timeline, on this kin, on this creation, and furthermore. Now, this is what you call the wave spell. If you didn't know before, all of these have different tones. We are here on the spectral tone. Tomorrow we'll be on the seed. I mean, the crystal tone. Yeah, that's the seed, by the way. But the seed, and then we'll be into the cosmic. So we are closing out this wave spell, and we'll be moving on to the next wave spell, which would be the white dog wave spell, because that the only way I know that is because all of this goes in order from 1 to 20. Okay? And it's all cycles and circles in this life and in this wave spell. And in the wave spell, it's only 13 days, 13 kin, 13 tones. Like I said, we're closing out this. We have 2 more days of this. And tomorrow, if you didn't know already, this is the Tzolk'in calendar, the 260-day Tzolk'in Mayan calendar. The original timekeepers were the Olmecs. And I will repeat that from time to time just so we can get a reminder. But this here, I just wanted to let everybody know that tomorrow, which would be the yellow crystal star on the 12th day, 12th kin, 12th creation, we have a galactic activation portal. Now, if you know anything about galactic activation portals, if you don't know, then I'm here to tell you the veil is the thinnest, which means all the solar energy, all the energy and information comes in fast, it's potent. And so it's important that we're more intentional about what we say, what we focus on, what we think, all of the things, because it comes back in faster. Everything we put out always comes back. Everything we put out comes back. We are living cycles within ourselves and cells. You know what I'm saying? CELL, period. So, so being mindful of tomorrow, let's beautify. Let's create art. Let's beautify with the power of elegance on tomorrow kin, so we can create, we can beautify anything. All the ugly, we can beautify ugly too, and make elegance and art even out of ugly things. Everything that's ugly ain't ugly to everybody. It's all about your perspective and what you think. And this is the beautiful part about being a creative as well. And remember, we're all creatives. We just have different layers and levels. We're all artists in this world. We just have layers and levels of how creative we are and can be, and our imagination, how strong our imagination is. But like I said, we got tomorrow is the galactic activation portal, so keep that in mind, okay? Last but not least, we are also coming to a closing of this, what is this, the 13th? This is the spectral. Oh, so this is the 12th. No, this is the 11th moon. So we're coming to a close on this moon as well. On this kin, we are on the gamma plasma, which is connected to the third eye. So so if you want to enhance your experience on this creation and connect to your third eye, tap into different mantras and mudras and meditations to enhance your third eye. But also, whenever you're reaching high, make sure you're getting grounded as well, so you don't go crazy, because it's possible. Okay, take care. And Lakesh, I love y'all. Peace.